Welcome to the Ultimate Insurance Agency Podcast, Planet of the Agents. Planet of the Agents. Where we give you the...
Welcome to another episode of Planet of the Agents, the ultimate podcast for property and casualty insurance agents. And of course, we have some love out there for those of you who are in the life insurance business as well, because the things I discuss on this show can be used for multiple types of insurance sales. I'm your host, Dave Baker, and today we are going to dive into a topic that I think is really important, especially for those of you who are focused on local business. A lot of agents that I talk to, particularly many of those that I see at insurance conventions, which is a place that I just love to mingle with agents and talk about business, of course, is that many of them are focused just on their local area. What I mean is people in your city, people in your county, in some cases people in the state, but obviously that's much further than local. So let's talk today about how to market yourself to new clients outside of your local city, county, region, parish, if you live out in Louisiana. In a digital world, your next client could actually be across the entire state. Or depending on how you want to go with your business, how you want to grow it, it could even be across the country. So let's explore some actionable strategies to expand your reach and grow your book of business. Now, before I dive in, of course, I want to remind you to make sure that you are subscribed to the show, that you give a little thumbs up or a like to this episode wherever you are listening, or if you are watching on YouTube. As always, if you want to reach me, go to planetoftheagents.com. You can click the contact button, send me a message and tell me what you'd like me to discuss on the show or share your other thoughts. And you can find access to the agency resources section. And there is a special discount code on there if you go through planetoftheagents.com. I think you're going to love what you see there over at the Agent Spot, which is something that you can easily sign up for to get access to scripts, talking points, and all kinds of useful information for your P&C insurance agency. It is stuff that you can use that will help grow your business. Hopefully, obviously, it's not a perfect system, but that is the goal. If you implement new strategies and new things in your business to make yourself more efficient, more knowledgeable, and to make the entire process easier from start to binding, that should help your business. Okay, let's get started. Now, I want to talk about a few actionable items. First, I do want to mention why I think it's important to go beyond local. Many agents that I talk to are very focused in their local neighborhoods. Now, for some of you, if you're a small town agent, I understand you generally might work just in your town or the adjacent town. And I know quite a few of you are out there because I have taken some road trips where I went and visited multiple agencies in small towns, and it's definitely a different vibe. But your location does not 100% dictate where you can do business. Now, if you're in a big city, obviously things are going to be different. If you're in a metropolis with 6 million people, yes, you're going to have so many potential customers, but maybe your markets aren't helping you. Maybe your markets just aren't writing what you need. We're going through this right now. A lot of people are going through this. Now, I am more focused on hard to place business since I'm a wholesaler. So that for me is going to be a little bit different than maybe what you're dealing with, because my focus is helping people who have trouble finding coverage. And of course, as always, if you want, you are welcome to reach out to me to get access to more carriers and hard to place markets. Okay. So I know this is going to sound a little bit scary for some of you, but you might need to tap into a hint of digital marketing. So let's talk about strategy number 1, leveraging digital marketing. Do you need to go spend $1 million on Facebook ads? I don't think that's necessary for most people. I know it's scary if you've never done any type of advertising, but you might not even need to pay for advertising. You could start by making sure that your website is professional looking and optimized for certain search engine terms. A lot of people don't seem to even have a website. I see a lot of you have email addresses at free email services. Personally, I would think a larger client or more significant business people would not like to see that, but that doesn't mean that you can't have that. But it's a little shocking to me when I see an email address like david12345678.insurance.vegas.quote@yahoo.com. I have seen emails similar to that, and it is mind-boggling. Some of them will be like momandad2020@yahoo.com. That, to me, doesn't seem professional. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well. But step one, if you don't have any money to spend on paid advertising, which I understand because that can be very expensive, start by making sure that your website is just basically optimized for generic, simple keyword search. That doesn't mean you're going to appear on page one of Google. We have to be realistic here. But I have some friends who told me they have tuned up their websites a tiny bit, and it has made a difference. But if you have a modest ad budget, you could potentially generate leads. Now, if I was going to spend money on that, I would try to go very niche. I would try to really refine it. For example, trying to advertise auto insurance is very competitive, and I don't think that you're going to be able to compete with the big players. Okay, step number 2, or strategy number 2, is going to be to build a strong social media presence. Whether we like it or not, social media is all around us. Just deal with it. Now, why do I say it like that? A lot of people, especially those who are in a certain age bracket, have told me they don't like social media. Listen, I get it. It might not just affect your business life. It might be affecting your personal life. Those are the stories I'm hearing. I get it. But it's here to stay, right? It's very likely that social media in some form or another will be around for a very long time. So you can start with something very basic, like LinkedIn, if you want to. But is that the best place to advertise? Maybe. And when I say advertise, let me rephrase that actually. I don't mean to run a paid advertisement. I mean to start your presence. Sure, it does establish your business location on the web, give you kind of a certain type of business card. But I think it's good to have yourself on multiple platforms. Yes, sometimes you might want to post on Instagram. And yes, that can require extra work. But think about this. Let's say you have a social media presence and you're not really sure what to do. I understand that. So you don't want to just post pictures, generally speaking. You want to perhaps do something like share a short educational video explaining coverage options, like why do you need renter's insurance, or how to protect yourself against potentially large claims with something like an umbrella. On the commercial side, you can really niche down and make amazing little videos. Now, when I talk about making videos, I just want to tell you, you do not need to invest in $10,000 worth of video equipment. If you have a phone with a decent camera, that is a great start right there. Now, consider trying to use the back camera instead of the front-facing camera because the quality can be better. Make sure that you have some decent lighting, okay? Again, you don't need to spend $1 zillion on the lighting. I'm speaking from experience here. You would be amazed at what kind of vlogging lighting you can get for $20. Seriously, it is shocking. Okay, let's talk about the next strategy. So strategy number 3 is one that I really like, and that is trying to partner with regional businesses. I want you to remember something when you think about networking. And I know some of you never go out and network, but there is value to it. Okay, I already personally have a business with a lot of clients and a lot of potential clients, but I still love to go networking. It's not just about meeting potential clients, but also just about sharing ideas and getting new ideas. That's also why I love going to trade shows, by the way. But think about this. Networking isn't just local, okay? It works regionally too. You could identify businesses in your target areas where they have industry groups or events for startups or events for real estate, and you could do a couple different things. First of all, you could certainly attend the event as an attendee. You can try to pass out your business card and get to know people. By the way, come prepared with both a business card and preferably either a QR code that someone can scan for your contact information ready to go, or you could additionally get something that allows you to tap your phone on someone else's phone with something called NFC. I believe that's near field communication, something to that effect. That's something to really consider. Be prepared to share your contact information and to gather theirs. The next level would be to offer to speak at events. Now, you could speak at virtual events, you could speak at webinars, or you could speak at the actual event, and you can talk about some topic related to the industry that you're pursuing. When people believe in you, when you provide them valuable information, they could look at you as a trusted partner and therefore generate referrals for you. remember, going to a networking event is not just about meeting someone who is going to give you business directly. They could also be a referral partner. A good analogy for this is in the personal world, where you might meet someone at an event or you might attend an event with the intention of hoping to find someone special, we'll just say. But what if you looked at it from a different angle? Think about this. You might meet someone who thinks, wow, this is a really great person. This is a really great insurance agent, whatever it is. You could then be at the top of their mind when it comes to a referral. Okay. The next one is something I also like, which is going to be our next strategy. It's going to be strategy number, 4. Okay. That's going to be to use email marketing to your current client list to nurture leads. I'm not sure how many of you think about this, but when you have a client who has their home and auto insurance with you, or one single policy, there are 2 different things to consider. Let's say you have a landscaper who only has commercial auto with you, or you have a book of those. Say you have 50 of them or 100, or if you're doing well, 1,000 of them. You can send cross-selling emails to them. But don't forget to mention something about forwarding this email to other people who might be interested and to list the products that you can sell them in their industry. Now, for your home and auto customers, you can also do the same thing. You can send cross-sell emails that are intended to inspire them to contact you for additional quotes. Now, I really like the idea of including something that says forward this to a friend or let me know if you have any referrals from me. I would appreciate them. I've actually heard people say this to me. They said, Dave, I didn't even know you were taking on new clients. Wow. That was shocking for me. Okay. I'd never heard anyone say that before. And when I heard that, that's when I added that idea of saying that you could forward this information to somebody who might be in need of insurance. Obviously, you do need to be attentive to the fact that you can't just blast emails to thousands of people who've not agreed to receive emails from you. You should read up on the rules about arbitrarily sending out emails. For example, be careful about just getting a list from somebody and blasting them a bunch of emails. That is spammy, and not only is it frowned upon, it might be prohibited under certain rules and regulations. So you want to be attentive to that. But if you have a current customer, why not ask them to sign up for your email list? Sign up for an email newsletter. Sign up for something that will allow you to email them regularly rather than just sending out single emails. Hopefully you have a CRM or some other software that allows you to do an email blast to a segment. Remember that word, segment. It's important to have segments of your mailing list. Like you could have personal lines, and then you can have a very refined commercial line segment, which I think is important. You can sort your commercial lines, for example, by the industry that they are in. Okay, these are just some basic strategies. This is really to help you get started. So you might have some challenges internally, meaning, well, within yourself where you're not used to doing this, okay? It's not necessarily easy to do something new, but you can really benefit from it. Many of us in our lives have had to reinvent ourselves, whether it's on a personal level or a professional level. But that is what's so wonderful about life. You have this opportunity. And if you're hurting in the personal lines market, look into commercial. If you have not enough commercial business and you need to round out your books of business, expand that. If you have a lot of commercial business and you want to jump into personal, you could contact your commercial customers about their personal insurance. You have so much opportunity. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Life is full of opportunity. You have to just prepare yourself. Remember, chance favors the well-prepared. I didn't come up with that, but I love it. So to wrap up and recap here, as a P&C agent, you can grow far beyond your local area. You can leverage digital marketing. You can build a social media presence. You can partner with regional businesses. You can also look at offering niche products. And as we discussed, you can use email marketing. Start small. Pick 1 or 2, strategize, test them over the next 30 days, then track your leads. And I want you to try to see if you're getting more leads. You could just use a piece of paper if you have to. Just do something to track it. If you can't measure it, you don't know how it's working. The key is to position yourself as a trusted, accessible insurance professional, no matter where your clients are. So that's all for today's episode of Planet of the Agents. If you loved listening to this as much as I love making it, please make sure you are signed up by, that's right, clicking the subscribe button wherever you are. If you're watching on YouTube, though, it's the notification bell. Lastly, make sure to go to planetoftheagents.com and go over to the agency resources section. You will see the coupon code for the Agent Spot where you can get some amazing services, meaning templates, sales tips, talking points, emails that you can copy, easy explanations for your clients for both personal and commercial lines to help grow your business. And again, you're going to find that at theagentspot.com. So, can't wait to see you on the next episode. Take care, everyone. This is Dave signing off.